Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared204 here, and welcome back to another diorama video. It's been quite some time since we've done a diorama, and I kind of had this idea pop in my head and really just kind of wanted to expand upon it. And really it's pretty straightforward, just a couple T-72s cruising down a road presumably in Ukraine, and a forward tank getting hit by I assume some type of anti-tank weapon. And having a basically ammo rack. So really cool design. I think it came out really good, and I was really kind of wanted this to be the centerpiece of the build. Obviously kind of trying my hand at building a bit of an explosion, and thought this would be a good kind of scene to do. So enjoy the rest of the time-lapse for the diorama. We're gonna go and jump into it in person at the end of this time-lapse, so I'll see you guys here shortly for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little time-lapse of it. I kind of wanted to record a little bit more than I did, but there was just some things that I was kind of working on, kind of messing around with, and felt it would be better to do off camera. But now looking back at it, I wish I did record a little bit more for it. But as you can see, we have the diorama here, and it's really honestly a pretty simple one. You just have basically a road, a little fence, some trees and some bushes in the back, and two T-72 tanks, one of them obviously getting blown up. But I think the detail in this little diorama is really cool, and there was a really cool technique used, I think, with the whole turret being shot up in the air and the explosion for the ammo rack. And I'm really honestly happy with the design for it, and hopefully this kind of gives you guys maybe some ideas on how to go about doing your own if you want to do a ammo rack type tank and all that stuff. Definitely some ideas out there for you. So basically we'll go ahead and kind of jump in and take a little bit more of a closer in-depth look at the diorama and all that. So we don't have much to cover, but we have the lead T-72. This is a T-72B3M that I've kind of slightly upgraded or modified slightly compared to the tutorial I do have out. So it is a little bit different. But this one here is basically getting hit by a presumably anti-tank missile. So you can see the trail here, the smoke trail of where the missile went in and impacted the tank and basically cooked the tank off, and the turret exploded. So I think that was a really cool kind of detail to kind of show where the missile entered the vehicle and where basically the aftermath of it. You also have a little bit of like a dust cloud, so kind of a shock wave from the explosion. So obviously the explosion, the ground kind of, or the dust kind of got launched out to the side there. I think it's really cool. I think it just adds that extra little bit of touch of basically like a shockwave and just kind of showing the overall power of this explosion. We have, obviously the main kind of explosion, that fireball that pushes the turret and launches the turret in the air, but we also have the kind of like little streamers of, embers and parts and stuff like that flying off from the explosion. The turret itself, obviously, basically up in the air. We got the Z marking on the side there. Again, this is kind of supposed to be more based around the Ukraine-Russian war, basically going on right now. So that's kind of the inspiration behind this, since there's been a lot of videos and footage of the Russian tanks getting ammo racked and basically having these large-scale detonations. So pretty cool. We have the fire, and we even have the detail here that the hatches actually blew open. So the commander and the gunner hatch flew open, and you have the basically the fire coming out of the top of the turret as well, though obviously not as dramatic as the bottom there. It was such a powerful explosion. We have the machine gun, the Tishka, that actually flew off of the turret as well. So again, cool little detail. The radio antenna here kind of being bent back from, basically the force of the explosion, and again some embers and little streamers and stuff like that coming off of it. But I think it's a really cool looking design for it. Just absolutely looks sick and is really cool. The rest of the diorama is kind of a little lackluster. We have a T72B3M. This one has the Copium cage, as a lot of people have coined it. But basically this extra armor protection that they're outfitting on the top of turrets to prevent the or to try to prevent the effects of the javelin. But as you can see, the Copium armor wasn't going to do much with the shot that went into the side of the tank. But yeah, the diorama, I didn't really mention, I should have, but the diorama is called Copium. I thought that was a pretty good name for it. You know, a little shot at, you know, the Copium cages and stuff like that, and the Russian military trying to adapt to basically getting destroyed by handheld anti-tank weapons. So basically, again, kind of the same T72B3M, but this one here just has the Copium cage on top, because I wanted to definitely throw that in there. We also have some sunflowers here. Obviously, the sunflower is the national flower of Ukraine, and has kind of been a bit of a symbol, so I wanted to kind of throw that in there for a little bit of symbolism. And then we obviously have the road. Has some pretty cool little designs here with the stairs for like the track marks and stuff like that from the vehicles going down the road. And then we have just, you know, some simple foliage, a little tree, and basically just some bushes and stuff like that, and some smaller trees along the side there for a little bit of a backdrop. But overall, I think this is a really cool little diorama, and should give you maybe some ideas on what you can do for doing like an exploding tank or something like that. But yeah, I think it's a really cool design, just a fun little diorama I wanted to put together, because I really want to try my hand at putting together an exploding tank turret like this one and all that. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you have any diorama ideas I should do in the future, or if you want to see more of these, definitely be sure to let me know in the comments below. I'd 100% be interested in doing some more of these, as I did some on the channel a long time ago, and I highly recommend you go back and look at those, because those were some really cool models I did as well. Anyways, though, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys do enjoy. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been your 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.